Hello, everybody. What's happening? Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Thursday? Wednesday? I don't even know. My days are everywhere. How's everybody doing? Hoping all right. LTX Designs, what's happening? Silent Walker, what's up? What's up? First? No, unfortunately not. Not this time. Hey, Luke, how are you, buddy? How you doing? Reprinted, what's happening? Hope everyone's having a good week so far. And we're here to continue our journey to convert the H2D to the H2C. I actually have not touched this entire area since our last stream about a week ago. Because we were missing some parts, although we can keep going and we will keep going. I still have not gotten those parts. But just as an update for those wondering, Bamboo did immediately reach out the next day. They said, hey, no problem, that we're going to send you a new one. My rep actually checked and found that I was supposed to get a package that never showed up. Like it was in the order to come along with all of these, and the board was supposed to be in there. So I was actually supposed to get all the parts, but I missed. And that gets me thinking, and I can't really confirm what was in that box outside of the thing that I'm missing. So hopefully I'm not missing more as we go on. But both reassured me that parts are on the way here so that we can finish this thing. So I'm just going to go as far as I can until we don't have parts. At the moment, the only thing that's not accounted for is the new updated board that the bed plugs into. Not everyone's going to have this problem. Because I have an early machine. So, we'll see how that works. But yeah, Wick Central, what's happening? It's Wednesday somewhere. What's happening, Wick? Recovering from my sinus surgery. Oof. Anything sinus related is a pain. Surgery sounds brutal. I hope your recovery goes well. Gergman / Greg, what's up? Almost have my macro V2 finished. Nice. That's pretty cool. Increased capacity, increased cost, increased complexity, decreased build volume, and decreased waste. Interesting set of trade-offs. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah, you do lose a little bit of space. So we'll figure that out as time goes on. Because I did really like the amount of space that I had before. But yeah, trading off the no waste, to me, probably worth it. Like, this wasn't a big enough machine to print big stuff anyway. But it's kind of that middle of the road, right? So we'll see. But you are right. Definitely want to see results. Yeah, I'll definitely keep everyone posted on it. The thing looks magical. It looks like a design feat. It looks like an incredible quality everything. It makes you kind of like feel good about what Bamboo's doing outside of the software side. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Part 2, yeah, we're there. Part 2. How you doing, Big Teddy? Tulsa, what's happening? What's happening? Gorilla Biscuits, what's up? Kenneth, how are you, man? Both spots, nice. After part 1, I just bought the new H2C. Hey, that's pretty cool. Hopefully you use my link, right? Because, you know, YouTube. If not, it's all good. I love my H2C so far. Yeah, I don't think I've met anybody who's had a bad experience. And if you have and you're in the chat, let me know. I'd be interested to know. Right. That's what I've been saying for a while now. Anyway, guys, before we jump back into everything, 2 things. One, our live streams are sponsored by Polymaker, and what that means is at the end of the stream, I get to give away some Polymaker filament. And the way that you can get involved is by going to the top of your chat. This one doesn't have it, but at the top of your chat, no matter what platform you're watching this live stream on, there is a pinned comment. And if you click there, it'll take you to gleam.io, which looks like this. Right there. All you have to do is answer this question. There's already 6 of you in there. There's about 2 hours left in the stream. At the end of the stream, I'm going to pick a winner. You have to be present, and you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Twitch, you know, follow me there. That's fantastic as well. But you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel specifically, because that's what I do. I post videos on YouTube and do live streams on YouTube, and I'm just slowly branching out to other things. But YouTube's the main one, so please follow that portion as well. Yep, so that's a huge thanks to Polymaker. Another thing is 3dprintsos.com. Guys, head over there, check it out. There's some really cool shirts you can grab yourself. I'm wearing one of my classics right now. This was pre-store, but it is this shirt right here, the Fetter's 3D printed spaghetti, which was established in 2018. So if you want to get yourself a nice Fetter's 3D printed spaghetti shirt, 16 bucks. And there's sizes from small all the way to 5X. So yeah, check out 3dprintsos.com for just some cool merch in general. We got some mats for your keyboard, for your small printer, for your work area. We got some mugs for your coffee. Actually, today is one of the only days I don't have my coffee in my mug, because I have some kind of little heartburn going on. So I'm just drinking water today. But all sorts of cool stuff on here. Check it out. There's also my other socials like Instagram, all the way down to the bottom there if you guys are interested. I don't post there as often as YouTube. Like I said, YouTube is kind of my main focus. But 3dprintsos.com. Besides that, looks like Ford. Yeah, Ford spaghetti. Hey, Kaka. Another CG. What's up? But yeah, we are here. We just put on the brand new and updated gantry. So we're right here. We're at the wiring spot or portion. And just like last time, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to give you guys like top-notch angles of this thing. Just because, one, it's huge. And two, because of that size, my camera arm that this camera is on, this one, can only go so high. So for example, if I reach it all the way as tall as it goes, one, it gets a little bit shaky, as you see right there. But also, that's about as high as I can go. And the fact that it's on my table means that I can't just get it any higher. So unfortunately, I can't show you every single thing. So I'm going to try to kind of talk about it and talk through it that way. I can also maybe improve this by going lower and maybe back some. Let's try this. So maybe this typical view that I use for reviews and such could work, because that way you can at least see what I'm doing. I'm in the back of the machine. Yeah, that might be the best bet. So anyway, we'll keep it there for now and play it by ear. If you guys can't see something, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to in the live chat rather, and I'll try to kind of fix it. So man, cold brew. Yeah, you're right, Wick. Too late for me, though. I went upstairs to get coffee, and I'm like, it ain't gonna happen. So, yeah. I ended up buying these camera arms by Small Rig, where they just clamp on stuff, and I have two of them. And this gimbaled camera on top of it, so I can kind of manipulate it at any angle around the desk. And one of my favorite ones, like I can make it look down, my work area. But in this example, this big of a machine here, I just can't get it tall enough, So that's a little bit of a bummer. But I think we're going to be replacing a board right over here on this side. I think that's what it was when we were looking at the instructions. So yeah, cable's going to get placed back, and then I think we're going to be replacing this actual board right here. That's on the side of the machine. Actually, let me take all this stuff out of here. I have a bunch of screws. To be honest, I don't remember where they came from. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. The directions have been actually pretty good so far, so no complaints on there. And I was just kind of standing here taking a look at it. And here, let me see if I can turn it just sideways real quick. And I was just thinking about a bunch of machines that I have here that we've been looking at and testing and stuff. And unlike those machines, there's very little stamped steel. Like, I have plenty of machines this size, bigger and smaller, that the whole chassis is kind of just bent or folded, steel, and it's really, really simple. This one has these aluminum chunks, large aluminum pieces of the chassis that kind of keep everything together. And this not only looks cool, but this is a really, really strong structure. And this being aluminum just makes it so rigid. Here, check out the back. I know this isn't anything new. Like, these machines have been out for a while, but this giant 3D structure here isn't just a flat piece of steel. And one of the reasons why I want to mention that is because like, I was looking at the belts, and they don't even have a sign of wear. And I've been using this machine more than most, like, more than most of my other machines. And that just shows you that even under load and stress, this thing is super, super rigid. So, yeah, huge kudos to the design of this machine. It's incredible. It's really up there in terms of just fantastic design and how they pulled it off with this machine, and their whole line of these machines. So yeah, I was just staring at it and just kind of thinking, like, man, you can, unlike a lot of other ones, you can really see and feel the quality of this thing, and that's it's really cool. Because they are expensive, and this one just feels like, I guess, justified. You can kind of justify the cost because the quality is so good. So that's nice. Just got my, first of all, Da Vinci, how you doing? KD4. Just got my U1 yesterday, and so far very impressed. Want to add PAX extended firmware. The problem is my U1 is running firmware 1.2, and the PAX V1.2 is only a pre-release. That's okay. That's okay. The pre-release still works over it, but yeah, you definitely don't need to rush into it. The stock firmware is fine. You just get a little bit more with PAX. I'm still on the older one, and I just saw that to get to the older one, I have to install the regular one first, then update the regular one, then download the PAX one, and then re-upload my hack for the Anycubic case. Not really complicated, but just something to think about. Because the updates, PAX can't be updated by itself. You have to go to the other firmware and then kind of patch it with PAX, unless something changes in the future. But yeah, still a fantastic machine. I've been printing with it, and it's been great. Also, guys, for those that for those that are interested in the U1, I think you have 48 hours. Or 24 hours now. I believe in a couple days the price goes up, so it gets out of its pre-order and just becomes available everywhere. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are interested, you might as well jump on it, because it is gonna go up in price a little bit. I got a notice in my email saying that. I'll probably make a post on my in the community tab tomorrow or something, just to kind of remind folks. If you are interested in the machine, you might as well get it for a little bit lower cost. That's that Artemis belt. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks like it came from there. All right, so I'm just going to jump in. And, yeah, if you guys have any questions about whatever in the chat, let's kind of talk about it. But we are going to go here. And it's telling us to just push the cable back in. Reconnect the two MCTH cables, route them through the cables. Oh, I remember, this image isn't supposed to be here. This is the wrong image. So we're going to route that cable, and that cable is going to try to plug into that board. Okay, so we're just going to put this whole side back together before moving on. Okay, cool. Actually, I have to go a little lower. Let's see, how low can I go with all my junk underneath here? Pretty low. Gotta love these Flexi Spot tables. They truly are fantastic. All right, let's see. So this has to get clicked back in, huh? I remember it was kind of hard to get out. Oh, okay, but looks like it's much easier to get put in. Maybe. Maybe. Come on. Oh, so close. One side on. There we go. Two sides on. Click, click. All right, so this plugs into these two plugs. There's no other way they can get plugged in, so we'll just connect them. Click, click. Okay, and that just gets kind of tucked away. This cable is what? Oh, this is the back of the thing, right? Where'd I put that part? Oh, that's back here. That plugs into the buffer. Right. And the buffer... Okay, the buffer will go back on in a minute. Then we have this guy, the longer cable. The longer cable gets passed through... Oh, I see. There is a large cable clip. All right. Down. No problemo. Let's get this one back in there. Trying to sneak you out of here. This goes in this clip too. And here. And this will have space to plug in to there. Okay. Fantastic. Next is install the cache buffer component and tighten the 4 fixing screws onto the back. No need to install the rear panel. Interesting. Okay, so that gets screwed on beforehand. Let's get the Allen keys. Did you charge your lights? No, I did not. No, I did not. No lights have been charged. What's up, Johnny? Let's see. Maybe I should untuck this cable? Or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Let's pull that to the bottom. Allen keys. Allen keys. Which one we need? We need this guy, I bet. Let's test it. Does it tell me which ones we need? No, of course it doesn't say. Of course it does not say which type there are. Well, that's not fun. Hey, Nigel. Willercito. Yo, the streamer said for you to join Discord real quick. Okay. RC, what's happening? I plan to upgrade my H2S to the Vorttec system. Do you what the difference between your upgrade and mine would be? It's roughly the same. I think it's roughly the same. I think my since the tool head just stays and completely gets removed, I don't think there's much of a difference. There might be more components to install. Actually, that might be. I remember when we first were looking at the marketing, there was more components for your install, but it's not much. It's not much more. There's just less things on the H2S. So, which means there's slightly more to install. All right, so I got the buffer. Here, let me do this. Let's put this screen on. All right, I got the buffer. So the buffer has this cable to get plugged in, and that's the last one that's back here. And looks like this cable has several things that it does, it looks like. Because it looks like it's like some kind of pass-through. Let's see, where does this thing go? Oh, okay. That is so simple that I almost overthought it. Alright, and I'm guessing these 4 screws that they gave me are what we're using. I need it for my Ace Pro. New MSRP for the U1 is going to be $8.99, not $9.99. I don't know. I don't know off top. Can't confirm. What I can confirm right now, though, is these things have a good bite on them. This hardware. H2S to H2C does not give you the right side window that comes with the H2D. Ah, so you can't see the Vorttec system like that? Interesting. That's a very minor thing, though. So that might be okay. Alright, so this is... what? That's the tubes. They come through here into there. Okay. That's all good. Okay. What's next? Man, don't you love it when you print it, when your printer knocks out a flawless ABS print, and then the next one directly after it keeps failing for the first couple of layers. It's basically the same geometry. I've had that happen on a couple machines. Basically, after your first print, the machine is hot and at a different state, like it's hotter than before the others start, and things aren't in the same place. I've seen that kind of thing before. Hey, Layer by Layer is rating us with 13. What's up, everybody? Thank you, Layer by Layer. Your schedule with mine is different / the same, so we're on at the same time. But welcome, everybody. We're just doing a H2C, H2D to H2C conversion. No big deal. We were missing some parts, a special board for the bed, to be exact. But we're just gonna continue going until we run into that specific issue again. We'll figure it out. Hey, Tech Jeeper, what's happening? So I just put on the buffer and ran the cable for the tool head. Now we're just checking what's next. Let's see. Next, we're putting on the LED on the right side. Install the covers on both sides and press to secure them. Oh, even back here. But why? We're about to remove this board. It's kind of interesting, huh? Like, why put that on if it's going to be potentially in the way? I don't know. We're going to follow it, though. Hey, Big Jano, what's happening? All right, I got some parts over here. Got some covers over here. Looks like we're going to need them now. Guys, for those that are just joining in, my live streams are sponsored by Polymaker Filament. So if you guys are going to stick around till the end, you could have a chance to win some Polymaker Filament. The way that works is we have a link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch, don't matter. It'll take you to a Gleam.io link. Oh, let me zoom out here. It'll take you to here, which you just fill out a question. There's only 18 people in here, so pretty good chances to win. And at the end of the stream, you have to be present, so you can come back if you're leaving or whatever. You have to be present, but we'll pick a winner and get you guys some filament. So Polymaker is kind enough to do that for us for the live streams, which is fantastic. So just a heads up. All right, let's see which one of these goes where. I think they just clippy like this. Am I doing it right? Yep, okay. Just kind of went in there by itself. Hey, JC, what's happening? All right, let's click this guy in there. Although, like I said, it's weird to put that in, considering we ain't done. All right, let's go back to this view so you guys can have at least something to look at. Yeah. So for those coming in, how you guys doing? Hopefully you're having a good Wednesday. Anyone printing anything cool? Any cool projects you guys are working on? Let me know in the chat. It's always fun to see what everyone else is working on. All right, let me keep going. We done did that. Disconnect the cables from the AP board. There are 3 FPC cables. Open the latches before removing them. The Wi-Fi antenna does not need to be removed in this step. All right, so we are removing those cables. It says there's 3 of them. All right, let's try it. This one is glued on here. This one. The blue one, that's the red one. Nicely color-coded. All right, now the ribbon cables. Pulling them up. Let's see if they come out easily. Hopefully these aren't fragile. All right, I actually don't even have that top cable. I don't have a top ribbon cable. It was just the bottom ribbon cable is the only thing I had. Which is kind of interesting. At least on the left side there. Hey, Zumi, how you doing? Stealth changer, Corvus PC case, really cool. I wanted to do it, and I still might do it. Yeah, that's definitely fun. Large printer design. Nice. That's pretty cool. You always have a ton of projects going on, Luke. Like a ton of big projects. So definitely cool stuff. No printing. Day 3 of 5 of travel. Well, hopefully it's fun to travel then. Printing a replacement holder for my parents' French press. Nice. Using Stefan's bump mesh to add some honeycomb to the outside. Awesome resource. That's pretty cool. Zoomy. All right, now we are on the right side. Oh, that's the other ribbon cable that they're talking about. Okay. Although, no, they did say 3. I definitely only have 2. All right, that looks like the cable on the right side looks like it's going to be a legitimate challenge. Now let's remove the other cables. All right, we got that one. And this large one, this was the one that went to the buffer tube. That one's kind of tough to grab. Do a little wiggle. Wiggle's not working. They got that, not adhesive, but they have a little bit of hot glue type stuff on these cables just so they don't come loose. There we go. All right, that is everything except for that antenna, I guess it is. That green cable right there. All right, let's see what it says. Using an H2 Allen key, remove 4 screws, BT3x5, securing the AP board. Then remove the AP board and disconnect the Wi-Fi antenna. Oh, I see. The Wi-Fi antenna is up there. I didn't even notice it. All right. Let's get them moving. Drop something. Come on back. All right, so that cable we can kind of move a little bit. Now this whole thing should come off. And the Wi-Fi antenna just pops off. All right, here we go. We got the board out. So yeah, I did not have this cable at all. It is not populated. I had the bottom cable and this cable. So we'll see. And this is the newly updated board. Is there a visual difference? Yes, the updated board does not have these two cables down here. Anything else visually? No. Otherwise, looks about the same. But that is an interesting observation. Is there's less, less on the new board. Interesting. Okay. Let's put that down here. I'm assuming the very next step is to put the new board in. Yep, install. All right, here we go. Connect all these, sure thing. And then, of course, our new USB-C cable goes in there. All right, so let's do that. Hi, I didn't know you were live today. How are you feeling, man? 30 years of living? Well, I'm feeling all right. Kind of a little under the weather type of thing, but it's all good. Pushing through it. 30 years of living like it's your birthday? Quinn? Oh, soon. Soon. Your birthday is in a few days. So happy early birthday, man. I have to check. I'm like, I remember talking about this with you. Was referring to me? Oh no, I'm 10 years older than that. I'm old. All right, I'm gonna open all of these ribbon cable holders so that I don't have to do it with my fingernail later. All right, now I'm gonna install that antenna. These UFL connectors are always a pain in the butt. Never not been on any platform. While I'm handling this thing, I'm gonna plug in that one ribbon cable on the bottom because it definitely looks like an absolute pain to do later as well. There we go. Let's clip that in there. Move this up. Maybe I'll do this one too while it's I can kind of move it around more than normal. Let's see. All right. I think I got that one in as well. All right, now putting in that bottom left mounting screw, the one that goes through the ground wire. Okay, and let's put the other ones in. Easy peasy. And then we'll do a little plug-a-rama where we plug everything in. Okay, mounted very securely. Did you get the board you needed for the conversion? No, I did not. They said that it's on the way. Like I mentioned earlier, my rep said that I was supposed to get another box that never showed up. Like it just says, you know, the tracking number just says that it's been in transit this entire time. So I'm missing a package. Old. It's a relative term to me. Don't get mad at me. It's a relative term. All right, let's plug in all of the things. This cable is interestingly tricky to plug in. Let's see. Can I get a little bit more slack on it, maybe? Just a little bit. Oh, it came out on this end. Oh, that's a plot twist. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. It came out. So the cable popped out of the buffer. I still can't get this to plug in. Interesting. Let me try to untuck the cable out from its little spot in this wire management. Maybe they'll get me just a little bit more slack so I can kind of handle it easier. Let's undo it here as well. Yeah, and we'll put it through. Oh, I see. This is a different cable. The plot twists, they keep coming. All right, why did this pop out? Let's get some needle nose pliers. Got a little boom bap beat going on. Is that in? I can't tell. I think that's in. Wow, that cable can come out so easily. I don't like that. I might have to put something on that, some kind of adhesive, or maybe hot glue. Definitely does not want to stay in this plug at all. Yeah, I mean, I can pull it out just by touching it. All right, let me finish this board then, and I'll go back there, try to figure out what the heck's going on. All right, back to this plug. Get this USB-C cable out the way. I'll just plug it in. Okay, at least that was easy. Tuck that away. No problem. All right, back to this cable. This cable. What? Oh, okay, I see. There is some of their little glue kind of stuck underneath the little, underneath the latch. All right, maybe it's the same issue with the other cable as well. I'll just be able to get it out. Oh yeah, okay, so it's just stuck, so it can't latch because there's glue under it. All right, let's get that out of there. There we go. And now, that should plug in. Yep, okay, that was that. All right, that's cool. Now, let's come back here. And let's see if this cable that just comes right out of there has the same issue. No. All right, I think I'm going to take the buffer tube out real quick, just so I can have a better look as to why this is so loose. If you aren't clenching your butt cheeks when you sneeze, you aren't old. Here's another one. The streamer is about to break his window right now. LOL, go check. No, dude. What kind of nonsense bots? What kind of nonsense bots does, what's it called? Kick have? Ridiculous. Alright, so this thing is off. Just so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is the plug. There we go. And the cable that's back there, which is right here. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. See that? It is very, very loose in this connection. So I just kind of want to take a closer look and try to figure out what's going on here. They're coming from the bottom. And for whatever reason, it doesn't want to click in here. Yeah, like it plugs in very, very loosely. Enough to kind of worry. Yeah, it doesn't plug in the other way, so it has to plug in this direction. But it just kind of goes in. Nothing's holding it in. Oh, I see. I just have to push it really far in. I see. Okay, there we go. That's on there. Okay. It just needed to be plugged in significantly further than I expected. There we go. All right, that's back on. Let's grab the hardware. How can you tell if an Ace Pro is 2 or 1? Because the Ace Pro, it's on it on the right side. It says it like physically. Also, the 2 has a couple physical differences. Hold on, let me put this in, just so I don't have to hold it. The Ace 2 has a different knob on the front. It has like a little thing. Also, the inlets have a little knob that you can hold on the second one. The first ones, they're flat. The filament like inlets. But yeah, it says Ace and then a red 2. Or a red Pro rather. It's a little bit different. Oh, you got put into an ad. Let me know when you're back. All right. That's nice and smooth. This is plugged in. Yeah, so you can tell because the 4 inlets have a little knob on them. That's the easiest way to tell. The first one, the regular Pro number 1, has flat pieces where you put the filament in. The second one has ceramic inlets with these little knobs. So that's how you're able to tell. All right, GOW32. I gotta ban you. Get out of here, dog. All right. Anyway, back to this. All right, now the cover just goes back on. Finally using the Allen key to tighten the single screw 2.6 by 8. Okay, I'll try. All right, cover. Let's get this back on. Oh, right. Hold on. I have a couple more plugs on this side. First of all, we got that blue plug. Click. We got the red plug. Click. Okay, and then we got this other one with a bunch of glue on it. Let's see if it'll get in the way or not. Nope, that clicked right on there. All right, everything should be plugged in there. That's plugged. That's plugged. All right, I think we're good. That's right, Banhammer. Ah, kicked him. Kayla, that's right. That's right, I get it. I get the joke. Was lost for a sec. It's all good. It was on kick. There's a bunch of those for whatever reason. The bots that tell you to go to someone else's channel. Very lame. Alright, let's see how this gets put back in. Okay, so far very simple. Simpler than it looks. Like, it looks complicated, and as soon as you go to do it, it's very simple. Like, I'm almost overthinking some of the things on this build. Like, for example, this part. Does it go left to right or right to left? Okay, so this part first. And this does have a bunch of new wiring everywhere, so let's see if this cable will be in the way or not. Alright, that goes behind that motor. This part should click in down here. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, that's all on. And all right. Nice, easy, simple. Okay. That's right, Gergman. I remember YouTube used to get hit with those bad. Yeah. They actually have done a pretty good job at stopping them. It took them a while, and there was a lot of complaining. But yeah, bots were running rampant on YouTube at one point. They've done a great job in stopping them. All right. I don't remember which screw goes here, to be honest. I'm just going to put this up. I'm going to put this one in and see what happens. That's right, Zoomy. Let's see if this one is the right one. It feels like it. Okay. That's on. All this stuff's on. This looks like it's on. Is it? Can't tell. Let's unscrew, push, screw. Got it. Okay. Very nice. All right. What's next? My Ace Pros. Hey, Martin, how you doing? I see you in here. My Ace Pros motherboard got replaced. Is there a way to tell via the firmware, or is it just the housing and mechanical parts that can help you tell if it's a V1 or V2? Well, another thing that I know for sure is the V1 has 2 motors, I believe, or even 1 motor, and then a cam system for all the filament to go in. But Pro 2 has 4 individual motors. And I've taken it apart, actually. Did I keep those photos on my phone here? Let's see. I took the Ace 2 apart. Yes. That is what the Ace 2 looks like. Completely and utterly different than the Ace 1. Like in every way. So you can see there's 4 individual motors. That's the USB board. Here is the motherboard of the Ace 2. Hold on, it'll Get sharper. There we go. So hopefully that helps you. But this should be completely different than Ace 1. Hey, Circus Squad, what's happening? All right. That looks much better. Completed over there. That's looking good. All right, let's keep going. All right, so that was actually all of part A. So the only thing we're missing is that board on the back where the bed would be plugged in. Okay. So let's go to part B. All right, here is part B. And for part B, we need install the induction hot end rack mount beam assembly. So in box number 9. So we got 7, 6. Where's box 9? It's got to be this. You send them via Discord? Yes. I wish I can have an H2D. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's 2 ways to get one. One is to buy one, and another one is to trade some kind of services for one. Services being review, experience, something you can give to Bamboo that's worth more than the machine's value. You can always wait to get one used. That's also always a good option, just to find one used, get a good discount. My coffee's cold, so I'm making iced coffee. Hey, when life gives you lemons, throw some ice in there, and you're good to go. All right, we got those 2 parts out, and then we need box number 3, which is a tiny little box with a bunch of tape on it. Let's get this box undone. And in here, we need blue lock 3x5 screws. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of goodies in here. That thing is stuffed. All right, so we got rubber fan-like mounts. We got something with VHB. Looks like cable management in here. One BT 2x12. Look at that. Look at the labels. M3x6. M2x5. M2.5x4. And last but not least, M3x5. Pretty cool. And that's what we need. We need blue lock M3x5. They're used to secure the metal block. And blue lock M3x6 are used to secure the upper and lower beams. Alright, so we need that and the blue M3x6. Be sure to distinguish between the screw types and their mounting positions during install. Alright, so I'll move those down here. And we will get going. I'm going to raise the table just a bit because I'm assuming we're going to be working in the middle now and not over the top. That's right. Or be lucky enough to upload a super popular model. Yeah, that's also true. Like repeatedly. Yeah. I'm loving my H2S. Night and day faster than my CC2. Yeah, right. Well, yeah. H2S is a great machine. Great machine. They're definitely onto something with this series. It's very advanced. Yeah, yeah, right. There's also M2.6, so M2.5 is even better. Life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Don't want your damn lemons. That's right. That's right. All right, let's see what's going on here. Before installing the induction hot end rack, hotbed If the hotbed is in a high position, you can lift the printer and pull the belt lower to make the install easier. All right, I guess we're moving the bed down. No problem. Let's go ahead and do that. We're getting some LEDs turning on when we do this. That's a good sign. That means we plugged everything in correctly up top. All right, almost down at the bottom. There we go. Line from Portal 2. Nice. Hey, Swamper, what's happening? How are you? All right, this little box can go. I got recycling tomorrow, so some of that stuff will go just right into the recycling. Okay, so first install the metal block by lining it with the position holes on the top beam. Position the block and use the H2 Allen key to tighten 3 blue lock M3x5s. All right. Got that. And let's see what they're telling us here. So first of all, I think I'm going to need a manual 2.0. All right, here's this thing. There are 3 holes. And there are 3 holes on this. All right. On the outside of the printer, that should be looking in. Okay, let's see. Let's zoom that in a little bit. Cool, okay, I understand. That's gonna go in the middle. All right, so there's a little key, the whole thing is keyed. So as soon as you put one screw in there, the little nubs on that metal part kind of go into place. So that's cool. Let's see if I can get this in there without being in the way. No, you can't. You need a long Allen key for that. All right, let's give that a little bit of torque. Where is the hole? All right, hold on, I need some light. There we go. All right, we got that on. On to the next one. We got these 2 beams next. So the beams are 3.5s. Tilt the rack mount beam and place it inside the outer pillars. The beam has positioning holes at both ends that correspond to the mounting holes in the frame. When installed correctly, the beam should be near the top of the top beam mounting area. Ensure the position is correct. All right, let me look at how they have it in their image. So they have it this way with this pointing down. And this is going to go inside this, but outside that. Let's see here. Okay, now I see the indentations for how this is supposed to be. Okay, very smart. Yeah, they kind of took the guesswork out of that. That makes it really easy to understand where it goes. Cool. So tighten the 4 mounting screws with M3x6. Pre-tighten the outer left screw first, then the outer right screw. After confirming beam position, tighten the remaining left. Okay. So pre-tighten the outer left first. Okay, doing this one hand is going to be a little tricky, but that's all right. The outer left. Okay, that's just pre-tightened. Then the outer right. Actually, I'll be able to show you this part in a second. because I don't think we need to go over top now, which means I can turn this whole thing for a better view for you guys. Out of the kindness of my heart. All right, I'm going to turn it just a little bit towards me. All right, so now we both have a view of this. That's cool. This will be a little bit better than working from the top there. All right, so these things have these little notches in them, and everything here already has the notches as well. So it makes this portion way easier. So we can tighten this now. Loctite. Loctite's on there. Making my Hodo be like, yo, yo, this is hard. All right, now we're going to do the inner. Perfect. Okay, voila. Cool. Then install the lower beam. Yep, I see where it goes. All right, let's prep the M3x5s. We need 4 of them. Tighten the 4 screws in the lower beam in the same manner. All right, gotcha. All right, so this will slip in there. This will slip in here. Just like this. Great. And awesome. Easy peasy. Gotta love how far in advance they thought about this. Like, they knew the system was going in here before they shipped this machine, because it has predetermined and pre-drilled areas. This isn't a retrofit. This was designed well in advance. Very cool. All right, install the induction hot end rack assembly. Approximately 20 minutes. In the induction hot end rack package, take out the rack cable and ferrule core. All right, hold on. We need this. We need this. This thing is cool. All right, let's get the rack out. We got the rack. There's some cables. Amazing packaging for what it is. All right, we do have some cables and our little clamp on ferrule core. Let's put that down here. There are some miscellaneous screws as well. And of course, the beauty itself. Look at that nice rack, huh? What a nice rack. All right. So, let's take this cable. Install the ferrule core on the cable segment near the MC board. Then plug the cable connector into the matching port at the upper left corner of the MC board as shown below. All right. Let's try to follow what that just said. So it's this connector for sure. This ferrule thing goes on here. And we clamp it. Come on. Okay, 1, 2. All right, that's how it shows to do it. And then it looks like we plug this in. Oh, and then we route the cable. All right, let me find this plug. Okay, that's next to the red one. Got it. Easy. And then after plugging in, arrange the cable neatly into the cable grooves inside the chamber to ensure the routing is tidy and free of tangles. Yeah, the fact that it has built-in cable management is fantastic. We all know I'm a fan. Yeah, literally the frame literally has cable management. Okay. Good, good, good. Now what? Route the cable through the rear right pillar of the printer to complete the initial cable path. And it looks like it ends up over here on this side, like this. Okay. Where's part 1? It's the live stream we did last Wednesday. Stephanie. So in part 1, we took some panels off. We installed the entire hotbed. Then the hotbed, depending on whichever one you get, you might need a new board. And my package did not contain the board, so I had to reach out to Bamboo to get one. I still don't have one here. So we're just moving on past that part. But essentially, new hotbed, new board on the back, some panels off. Then the entire gantry came off. Really easy, straightforward stuff. So today in part 2, we've put on the cable management of the gantry. All the top portions went on. There was another new board at the top that kind of controls the top systems up there. And now we're on the part where we're actually doing the Vorttec rack. So it's moving right along so far. I'm just not sure where the other package is, so just patiently waiting for that while we work on the rest. From box number 3, which we've already taken out of the Vorttec upgrade kit, take out the acetate tape and the white adhesive cable clips. Okay, tape. Here we go. White adhesive. That's interesting. There are different types of adhesive on here. Hey, y'all, got my U1 yesterday. Nice. Good job. Right before the cutoff for the lower price. We love cable management. For sure do. All this for one letter change. That's right, Jason. That's right. Am I taking this or this? Let's see what the video shows. The video is showing... Oh, that we rip a little piece of this. Okay. So we rip a piece of that. All right. So we have these two white taped clips and some acetate tape. First, use the acetate tape to secure the cable to the inside of the rear right pillar so that it lays flat against the pillar. Sure thing. If I can get this backing off. And I just dropped the clip. Alright, clip, come back. This has to be flat up against right there. Alright, let's see what it tries to do. So, put this cable there. Let's do this. Oh, I wish I could get my finger on the other side too. Why is this a thing? Like, why are we doing this part? Just so I guess it doesn't get in the way of anything. All right, we got in there. And okay, now it's flat. Okay, peel off the backing from a cable clip and stick it to the designated position on the outer side of the rack mount beam as shown. Then route the cable into the clip and guide it to the inside of the beam. I see. All right, so clip 1 is going here. Absolutely love your question on the filament giveaway. Yes, I've been meaning to say more because it seems to be getting more and more ridiculous as time goes on. I know there's 2 content creators that are kind of talking about it right now, Joel being one of them. But it just seems like some of the craziest stuff is happening right now with this legislation stuff, and it's mind-boggling. It's very clearly using the fact that the people making the laws don't know any better, and they're able to just completely make nonsense laws. The question that I wrote here is, are you at all worried about the regulations that are moving through the judicial system in the US right now? Laws that are targeting specific geometry, files, and firmware/software that can stop your machine from printing or can even instantly incriminate you. Or do you think this will blow over? Let us know. Just want to know your opinion. The reason why I'm even asking this is because generally speaking, there's several different ones in different states. One of them, I believe this one is in either California or Washington. I don't even remember anymore at this point. It's so mind-boggling. One of them is that geometry of anything that could be considered a part for a weapon will be made extremely illegal. And just having that part, possession of this STL, possession of the geometry, possession of this PDF, essentially, will be a misdemeanor. Which means that if you have the part, if you have the plans for the part, you are a criminal. And you have to plead your innocence. It's not the other way where you're innocent until proven guilty. Is the possession of these files can potentially make you a criminal. Now, the problem with that is who decides which files are the parts that are illegal and what geometry is illegal. As far as I know, code, which STL files are, G-code are, code is language. And the First Amendment protects language. There's plenty of other examples of this that you can pull up. Code is considered language. It's considered essentially speech. It goes against free speech. So owning plans can't possibly be illegal. But that's what this thing is saying. It's saying that if you have these things in possession, you're going to be a criminal. And in doing so, they're making laws that will have firmware/software on a 3D printer that will know the geometry and then block it. Okay, block it from printing and do potentially more than that. And I think that's just mind-boggling. Have you guys ever heard of Nerf? Have you ever heard of BB guns or airsoft? Even prop guns. Okay, they have the same geometry. They have similar shapes. So if the government can potentially, even accidentally, without them knowing any better, can decide that you're a criminal and your printer will no longer work and your whole life is going to be flagged and turned upside down, and I'm sure you'll start getting all kinds of things in the mail. I mean, surveillance is even possible. It just keeps going on and on. It's mind-boggling. It's hard to even believe that we're in a world where this could even happen. And it's very clear that the people making these laws have no idea what they're talking about, because they not only included additive manufacturing, they also included in the definition subtractive manufacturing, aka CNC machining. So they're making... I can't even talk about this anymore. This is ridiculous. It makes me very upset. I just want to continue with this build. But yeah, I think we need to probably have some kind of further chat into this. Yeah, shapes are illegal. Yeah, it's just... Ugh. Zumi, it doesn't have anything to do with him. He's not even involved in any way with this. That's what's even crazier. It's other people that don't understand how 3D printers work, or even what 3D printers are. They're just using ghost guns as a way to cause fear and push control. Yeah, right here. Yep. And the drones, there's stuff happening in the drone world too that's just mind-boggling as well. It just keeps going on and on and on. The idea of this will really stunt rapid prototyping used by manufacturers big time. Big time. But you know, I haven't yet, and I've even... All right, hold on, I'll show you. Wait, can I pull it up during the stream? I even made a website. I haven't launched it yet. Here, hold on. I might as well do it. All right, it's gonna take me a second to find. All right, hold on. It is through Codex. Here we go. Let's put it on the screen. I made this website. I haven't launched it yet, but I made this website about a specific one. This one's for California. This one's called AB 2047, and how it can change 3D printers that are sold in California. And this is, you know, just because it's in one state doesn't mean it's not going to affect you. States follow suit normally. And then, you know, California is huge for this. So, you know, there's talks about the bill, where the bill is now, what happens if it passes, and who wrote it. So this Rebecca, Miss Rebecca, I have a bone to pick with you. So there's some breakdowns in here. This bill's about printers. Bill's not passed yet. There are official action tools which go down below here. So just the website kind of breaks everything down and gives you more information. This one, I made sure there's a timeline of what's happened so far and where we are, and what's happening next. So there's still some time for this one specifically, but you know, the dates, like, I don't know. It's just crazy that this is even happening. Yeah, printer manufacturers would need approved software, state paperwork, and a spot on a public state list before many printers could be sold for money in California. Let me tell you how many companies are going to be doing this. None. This bill does not only target guns or gun parts, it also reaches the printer, the software inside it, and the way the printer is sold. So everything that we know and do, basically. Here is if the bill passes, gives you all the information that you need. Here's what's crazy. The bill does not talk about printers made only for licensed gun manufacturers. It doesn't even consider actual gun manufacturers, which is interesting. If you guys know suppressors, for example, there's legal made 3D printed suppressors. You can literally go into a gun store, go into the suppressor aisle, and look for 3D printer, like, you know, actual legal with paperwork suppressors. So there's literally companies that use additive manufacturing in gun manufacturing. Those aren't labeled on here. They don't get a pass. So this literally puts them almost out of business immediately in California. Printers sold only to law enforcement or military buyers doesn't talk about, doesn't have provisions at all for military or law enforcement. Just generally covers they can't have these either. This is just, you know, specialized businesses is similar to what that's like. If it passes and someone breaks the rules, it's a misdemeanor or $25,000. And, you know, California could sue you for money and court dues, which is incredible. So yeah, this just keeps going on and on. Tells you what you can do. It gives you links to your state representatives and who to contact. And official links to all the pages where this pulls information from. Yeah, I need to, I guess, launch this at some point. There's some things I wanted to kind of clarify to be better on this site, with the timeline being a little bit better, and just clean up some of the language. But yeah, obviously I care enough about this to make this. But there's technically more. There's 3 other states that are doing wild stuff like that. Anyway, I'm supposed to be building a machine. Yeah, Washington. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they're not banning all of Home Depot just because they sell parts that you could use. I don't know. It just seems incredible. And then the lady on camera says it's just common sense. We should block this. It's just common sense. I don't even know if you know what that means, lady. Yeah. How is this going to cover printers? It basically makes it illegal. It makes it completely illegal in these states to even own machines without the third-party firmware. So if you've had an Ender 3, you know, for all these years, and you've just been printing toys for your kid or your grandkid, whatever, and now this passes and you happen to live in California, your Ender 3 is illegal. You're not allowed to use it until the Ender 3 has some kind of third-party firmware that's government ran. That's government ran with a list of geometries that it cannot print. It's not feasible. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Nothing. And they're using fear-mongering to convince people that also have no idea how this technology works to just do it. It makes no sense. They just want to say on their resume that they passed some law. They're not actually doing this because it makes any sense. They want, like, credit that they're changing something. Oh, I'm stopping ghost guns. No, you're not. God, man, I need a drink. I need a drink. I'm about to go get a beer. These guys are killing me. Actually, that's not though. That's recycling. Just planning for the next election? Yeah, I guess so. I don't even know which side they're from. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Yep. Yeah, the people that would be doing it. And here's what's crazy is the person with the machine that's making them for criminal activity isn't going to see all this pass and be like, oh man, what I'm doing is illegal. I'm going to stop. They are already doing it and they're already aware that it's illegal and they're already going to be using it for crimes. This is not going to stop a single criminal from doing it. What it's going to stop is schools. It's going to stop from after-school activity things. It's going to stop robotics teams because they're going to have something that looks like a Picatinny rail, and that's not going to be able to print anymore, and they're going to get flagged, and their printer won't work in the school or their college. This is ridiculous. Yeah, the Disney example is a really fantastic example. You know, one day you want to do a Mandalorian costume for Halloween. You pull up the files, you go to print it, but it says, hey, this IP is protected. You cannot print this, and you can't print it anymore on your 3D printer because it looks like a Mandalorian helmet. So, yeah, that's totally a thing. That's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, that kid could have brought anything in there. That kid did not make that. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. I got derailed. All right, this is in there. All right, here we go. Refer to the figures to locate 4 screw holes on the induction hot end rack and matching 4 holes on the beam. Okay, yep, got it. Yes. Connect the cable. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Will do. Some nice heat sinks over here. All right. Did that click? Or I broke it? Okay, that clicked. All right, we had a good click. Now this goes. Hopefully this extra cable doesn't do this. How do they have their cable? Let's see. Does it show you their cable is... Yeah, they just managed to pull it back some. Okay. Yep, this goes... Oh, there's another cable up here. Don't want to pinch that. Okay, that's cool. Are we gonna have to do something from the inside? Because I'm standing on the wrong side of this thing for that. Place the rack, adjust this position slowly, press down gently until the entire contact surface between the rack and beam is fully seated. Okay, we're there now. Tighten the 4 mounting screws, red lock M3x6. So interestingly enough, they tell you to do this, but then tell you to get hardware. Set files to California, try to sue them, posting online. Yeah, nice. Letter, have you watched the second Sisu movie? Epic tank shots. I don't think I did. Hey, Maker Viking, long time no see, man. How you been? All right, so we need 4 of these red ones. These are all blue. Give me 1 more red. Okay, there it is. All right, 1 more red. But these, I think, are going from the other end. Yeah, they are. Let's see. Can I reach? No, I can't reach from there. Will I be able to reach from here? I think so. No. Okay, I have to use a manual driver for this. And we got to go from the inside. Right there. Let's see. Aha. All right. 1 is on. Really busy? Work, work, work. How are you doing? Hey, same thing, man. Exactly the same thing. I'm just over here having fun with this upgrade. And just seeing all this epic tech get placed onto my machine here. It's very cool. All right, I won't be able to get that going from this side, so let's turn this way. And I will completely block this entire shot with my head. Or, let's see. Ooh, this whole thing needs to move this way quite a bit. There we go. All right, aligned. You know, this is gonna make the whole machine even more rigid, technically. Because these bars just connected the left and right side of the middle, and then this whole rack just connected the two bars together in the middle. So this thing should be pretty good. All right, let's get this cable further in here. Or maybe we'll double it up. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. And put it through there. Put it through there. Aha. Okay, nice. That looks clean. I'll show you guys in a second. Feder starting spaghetti warehouse. That's right. Okay, what is next? After tightening the 4 screws, tighten the 2 bottom screws. Redlock M3x6. Okay, there are 2 more Redlock M3x6. I didn't even see that there's ones underneath. What does this do? Just, I guess, locks it further. Oh, it like pushes it up? Interesting. It's weird. This seems a little extra. So this physically goes through the bottom and just kind of presses the rack upward. Like adds a little bit of tension to it for whatever reason. Huh. It kind of adjusts its height a little bit. Weird. Those are weird. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, okay. After the installation, cut the zip ties in the rack with diagonal cutters. No problem. Yeah, Quinn, that's been the battle for a while, man. But they, the people in charge can stay in power for a very long time. Ooh, we got some fun movement. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kenneth, what's happening? It's for calibration? Oh, okay, RC, thank you. I had no idea. I'm over there cranking them down. Maybe I should loosen them a little bit. Connect the cable connector to the induction hot end latch actuator and insert the assembly into the corresponding slot on the induction rack from left to right. Where do I find such piece? Is there more in this box that I did not see? No. Does it tell me from which box I get that actuator? Where do I get this actuator from? Whoa, is it like a pin? Latch actuator. All right, I'm guessing I gotta start opening some of these boxes. There is some kind of other cable. What's this cable for? What did I miss here? Where's this cable from? Hopefully I didn't miss that. All right, let's open this, see what's in here. So far, in all the other directions, it said exactly what box things are in. What is this? Oh, this is the front cover. Yeah, this is the front cover. Is that a thin fan like that? Holy, that's a thin fan. Wow. Okay. All right. Set that aside. That's not what I was looking for. And in here, look at that. We get a free Zin. Free Zin pouch. Maybe it's a part on your old Gantry. No, I don't think so. No, that whole thing stays like that. Let's keep looking. All right, maybe it's an 05. Let's see, this can go. Take out the styrofoam. Put all this stuff in here. All right, let's check this one. Sounds like the thing with the gears, the gantry bumps, H2S extended retract. No. That's on there. This is the one that moves. It has like a pin that actuates the actual hot ends up and down. All right, what we got here? Here it is. This is in box 05. I think they just missed saying that it's in which box it's in. Yeah, here it is. Yep, this is the actuator. Yeah, it's got this arm that hits the pin up and down right here. Okay, so put this back in. They just missed it. No big deal. All right, Allen key. So Allen key can go back. All right. So we are sliding it. That's such a cool little device. So this is facing inward. Ah, that's where that little black cable goes. So it's saying to plug that in. Very easy to miss cable back here. Okay, that clicks. All right, that's in there. And then where is this thing sliding? Uh-huh. Okay, I see. There it goes. How do you attach this? Oh, right there. Okay, I see. All right, got that in place. Tighten the 3 mounting holes. And they are from the inside. All right. With what? Blue lock. 3x5s. That is all of these. Tighten the 3 mounting screws of the latch actuator. After the installation, press the button at the bottom. Okay, just to check if it moves. All right. Let's see, can I see from this side where I'm screwing this into? Yep. Okay. All right, there's one. Let's see, would it be better for me to go from this side? Yes. Yes, it would. All right, let's go back. Tighten this one just a little bit. There we go. And one more. That goes on the bottom here. All right, there's a little channel making sure this thing can only go in one direction, so that's good. Okay, that's that. Then it says, after installation, press the button from the bottom. Yep. Okay, yep, that comes up and down. It does hit the belt. It definitely hits the belt, but I'm guessing that's okay. In their example, it goes in front of the belt. In mine, it definitely hits the belt. So that's not good, or it's okay. Yeah, like mine hits that belt. And there's only one way it fits. Oh, their gantry's just out of the way. So if the gantry's back here, right, there is no belt. I see. Yep, okay, there it goes. Yeah, so when the gantry's back there, which will always be, this thing can freely go up and down. All right, that makes a lot more sense. There you go. When tightening the screws, avoid pinching the cable. Yeah, I saw that. There's like a little spot for the cable to go through, so no problem there. All right, replacing the front cover. And this is a thing. I don't want to. So can I skip this? Guys, if anyone has an H2, or anyone's done this maybe in the comments, I doubt you'd be like watching this nightmare again if you've already done it. Can I skip this part? I actually do not, legitimately do not want to swap over my panel. So you're taking the screen off. Okay, so it is, okay, good. So the answer to that is yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, because you're putting the screen on. Okay, awesome. I'm actually gonna keep my H2D on here. I want to do a little thing where it's crossed out and it says H2C on the bottom. I want to keep this. So you have to wait for new heat bed? No, I have to wait for a new board. And the board apparently was supposed to be in something that shipped. It did not. My rep said that there's a tracking number that just says that it's still in transit this entire time. So it probably got lost in the mail. I never got it. So they're shipping me a new one, and that part doesn't. I don't need that part to finish the rest of the machine. So we're just doing the rest of the machine. Kayla, would you recommend the Spark X i7 or the Anycubic Cobra X? They are so close, and for various reasons. I'm doing a whole video on them right now. As you might have seen in my shorts, I'm kind of just printing things on them and writing pros and cons. The short answer is I think the Cobra X is an amazing machine because of its tool head. It does some incredible things other machines don't. In reality, the things that make that special don't play as big of a role as I thought they would. Like, I thought it was going to be super fast at changing colors, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of innovation in that machine. The thing that the Spark X wins over it is the Spark X runs on Clipper and you have access to it. Whereas the Cobra X, they claim that it's not Clipper, which is not true. It's literally Clipper. You can prove it. And that alone kind of taints the entire thing a little bit. The cool thing about the Spark X is the CFS Lite. It's an incredible box. It's beautiful looking. The downside of it is you can't put more of those on there, whereas on the Cobra X you can. You can run ACE units. So if you want even more colors than 4, I would go with the X. If you just want the single, clean, nice install, and Clipper is important to you, then I would go with Sparks. That's a TLDR. We got the part. No, you didn't get the part. Yeah, I did not get the part. I'm just going to keep going with all the other stuff. Talking about companies like Disney blocking our ability to print certain files that are copyrighted. I think we should be able to print them for personal use, but not for resale. Yeah, there's nothing stopping them from just adding that in there. And the thing is like Disney can easily lobby for the politicians that are putting this on there, showing them that millions of dollars are being, used or whatever, and they're going to want to look good in front of these billionaire companies. And they'll just do it. They'll pass it because they have no idea what they're talking about. That's the problem. I spoke too soon. Wrinkles is back up and in development. Oh, it is? Nice. That's great. That's great news that people picked it up. My Cobra X is currently in the box behind me. Yeah. Cobra X is great. Oops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Spark is at the same price, or is one more than the other? I think one is more than the other. I'm trying to think which one. I think the Cobra X is much cheaper, actually. Well, not much, but still, I think the Cobra X is cheaper. They both have their pros and cons. But they're very similar machines. In a lot of ways. Alright, I'm not doing this cover. There we go. Alright. So, initial inspection and verification. By this step, the core upgrade components have been installed. You now need to perform initial power on check to verify the correct installation and rule out potential issues. This is a problem because of the bed. This is a problem because of the bed. I mean, there's nothing really stopping us from turning it on, really. My bed just won't heat. And I'm sure that will throw a series of errors. Yeah, I have nothing plugged in back here for the bed. Yeah, because then it won't be able to home or clean. Yeah, I guess we're probably gonna be stuck at this point right here. It's probably worth it for me to go even further though, just to get as much on here as possible until I'll just have to wait. Wick, yep. So you're saying Anycubic printers are cheaper than Sparks? Yes. I have Cobra X. I love it. But no input on the Spark X. Looks very similar, though. Sounds like you can't go wrong. Yeah, I agree with that. They're both great. They're both printing great. I printed this on the Spark X. And it came out pretty much flawless. Super cool model. Sorpix. Yeah, just beautiful stuff. Yeah, it's good. They're good machines. Are the Z motors attached to the bed wiring? No, they're not. But the little nozzle sensor for the cleaning wiper is on there. There's a lot. There's quite a lot actually on here. And then since that board is unplugged, there's other things unplugged as well. I guess I should plug them back in. Let's see where they go. This one goes here, I believe. Nope. This one goes here, I believe. Yep. And this larger one goes here on the main board. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole ground wire to plug in. This goes here. I can actually plug in a lot of this stuff except for the parts that heat the bed. This little plug can go here. Yeah, I can just leave out the bed. All right, we can try this. Basically, I'm leaving out all the plugs that have to do with heating the bed. So we can run it that way. So let's see what it says. So it just says power on check to verify correct installation and rule out potential issues. Okay. Let's try it. This does not reach. I need a power cable. Steal one from over here. All right, and we will plug in to this. All right, I'm gonna boot it. Oh, right, it needs the key. The key is over here. Won't start without the key. Okay. All right, booting up. Here are the fans on the hot end. Lights on the hot end. Bamboo. Right, there's no like actual hot ends installed. We got all the LEDs on. Oh, cool. We got language selection on the menu. So we should be good. And this thing still doesn't know that it's now an H2C, I don't think. That will be some kind of firmware update in some way, shape, or form. Okay, I have lights on the rack motor, so that's good. Yeah, this looks good. It looks good. I'm going to power it back down. And we'll unplug everything. Because that is looking good. Blue smoke? Nope. Luckily, nope. All right, so let's grab box number 1. I'll grab number 2 as well, because that's obviously coming next. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, we got 3 hot ends. Okay. These just say 0.4 on them. Come on. Come on, camera. There we go. R&D by Bamboo Lab, it says. Well, they got some strong magnets. All right, take out the H2C induction hot end. You can choose either one to install. If the latch is locked, pull it to the right to unlock it, then place the induction hot end into the dock. Once the hot end is seated correctly push the latch to the left to lock it. All right. Let's move it over here. So this latch, oh, okay, latch is moved to the right. Where's the front of the hot end? The 2 holes? Yeah, 2 holes, okay. So that just goes, oh, wow, okay. And then this locks it. Yep, that locks it. Wow, that's cool. All right, as far as this hot end goes, I don't think they give me a bamboo hot end. I think I need to take one out. And I have one here. Actually, I think this is... Yeah, okay, so I'm not going to put the high flow one in there yet. And then my regular one, I'm also not going to use because it has PPSCF in it, and I don't want to contaminate it. Right, so I'm going to use my spare bamboo regular one that's in here. Here we go. Put all this back. All right, I'm going to use this spare one to install. Oops. Oh, it's like in the wrong position to accept this hot end. Yeah, I don't think you can actually in this position. Right? Yeah, okay. And I don't think I can do it manually. Okay, I guess not. Guess we're not putting this one on. Let me just make sure I'm not making some obvious mistake. This gets pushed up. Get the finger out the way. No, this stuff's all in the way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, essentially, I think you have to put this on only when that is disengaged. So. I mean, in their example here. Oh, yeah, in their example, the hot end is facing the other direction. So here it's not. But here, this is how mine is. See this thing here? And then in this next one, they have this thing up. Can I move it physically up? No. Can I unlock this and move something? No. And then this whole thing, I don't think I can physically move any of this without it being engaged. Yeah. So yeah, I can't put that hot end in when it's retracted like that. All right, I'm just going to keep moving. Once it's seated, we did that. Tip. If you skip this hot end installation step, the HMS will show an alert such as hot end not installed and unable to read temperature after boot. This is normal and will be resolved once the induction hot end is installed. Connect the printer power cable, insert power safety key, and turn on the printer. Oh, oops. I did that a little out of order. So does that Vorttec hot end remain sockless? There is like an included sock. Like it's a built-in silicone little... Does this come off? Oh yeah, it does come off. Yeah, it has a little tiny built-in silicone piece. But yeah, this is an induction hot end, so that's how it stays. Before SN registration is complete, the printer cannot connect to the network, update firmware, or bind to an account. All right, luckily I did that one. Follow the printer registration steps in the beginning of this document. Okay, we did that. Check whether the screen lights up. Enter Startup Wizard. If the wizard appears, disable all calibration options. Then tap Next and enter the main screen. Okay, so I actually do have to do this part. Okay. Never mind. We're going back in. So, let's get this plugged in. Let's get the key again. By the way, guys, it is 11, which means we have about an hour before the filament giveaway. So if you're going to stick around till the end, click that link that's in the chat to enter yourself in the Polymaker filament giveaway. And we'll do it kind of towards the end of the stream. Hey, Nico, what's up, man? How are you? No, Nico, I did not. I'm just kind of going through it. We just got the rack installed, hot end in. So I'm waiting for it. They're gonna send me one. Well, hopefully they've already sent me one. Right, build plate is not on the bed. They haven't told me to do that. I'm following the directions literally. All right, that's plugged in. Let's boot. I don't think it's going to home. Literally. That's right, Rojo. Hey, dude. Long time no see, man. How are you, friend? Been a minute. All right. We're going to do English. Please select my region. North America. Wi-Fi? Should I be doing Wi-Fi right now? I don't know. Let's do it. Numbers. Bada bing, bada boom. Go. Oh, okay. Wi-Fi is connected. Use the Bamboo Handy app to scan and log in. So since the overall labor for the upgrade is done, how bad is it? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I have built so many more complicated things than this on this channel. All right, devices. Plus, I think, right? SKU, get this thing. Yep, we're gonna bind this machine to my account. Click bind. There we go. All right, you guys can't see it. There you go. My logo. That's all good. Next. Conditions, sure. User experience program. We ask you to help improve everyone's printing and 3D printing community. We learn. I'm gonna skip for now. Verify before proceeding. Remove all 4 screws. We did that. Remove zip ties, foam pieces. And right here. So it says to undo all of the calibrations. Hit next. Almost ready. Get started. There we go. So we have an H2C. Then it says go here. Right. Hotbed temperature. I can't. The toolhead camera is not in place. Please check the hardware connection. Uh-oh. That's not good. That would be what cable? Would that be anything back here? Nothing back here would be it. I've built several Voron printers with great success and results. I have an H2D, and been going back and forth. This upgrade is worth doing or not. I'm in the same exact boat. I've built 4 Vorons, 3.5 Vorons. and have put together countless machines. I don't think this is bad at all. I think their instructions are very well done. There's a couple missing things, but they're nothing crazy at all. Like little things, like I can't put that hot end in right now. And then what's going on here? What's going on with this? Toolhead camera is not in place. Please check the hardware connection. So how could I have missed that? Is there something covering it maybe? Oh, I see the camera here. Nope. Nothing covering it. Maybe it's because I don't have a cover on here. Like, does it need this cover with this crazy plug? I don't know. Where does this plug even go? Like, a legit question. Where does this plug even go? Like, is there a spot? Like, oh, I see. That's a thing. All right, let's see. Maybe it's all simpler than I think. There we go. Oh, that's a cool little animation of it like building up like that. That's neat. Huh, I wonder what those things mean. I guess that means what number toolhead it's on or something. All right, we did that. Check the assistant icon lower right-hand corner screen error prompts. Enter the control screen to verify whether the induction hot end rack is displayed. If there are any error messages on the rack or the rack is not shown, troubleshoot according to the prompts and recheck the cable connections. So I don't have anything to do with the rack system, as in like error-wise. Hotbed temperature is obvious. That's disconnected, although the temperature one is connected specifically. The only thing that's not connected is the actual heaters. So I don't know. That might have to be done when the bed one comes in. All right, so if I go back to here and we go to the, where do we go? Not motion. Connect. Where are we going? Home. No, filament. There is a firmware update. Hot ends. Here we go. Hot ends info. Everything's empty. Should I update the firmware? Yeah, like how'd they get into this? How'd they get into this screen? Looks like it's here. Extruder and nozzle. Hot ends and rack. Oh, here we go. To ensure accurate positioning, perform the induction hot end rack setup before printing. Check the system icon. Lower right corner of the screen for prompts. Enter control screen to verify whether the induction hot end rack is displayed. If there's any error messages if the rack is not shown, troubleshoot accordingly. I mean, should I just click go to setup? Calibrates the induction hot end rack to prevent misalignment from bumps or deformation. Ensures stable printing. I don't know if I should go through that. If you see induction hot end not initialized, this is normal. You can skip it for now and perform initialization after completing the entire installation. All right, so this is good. It thinks it's there. It just needs alignment. So that's good. And the hot end is unknown because, well, it doesn't know. Nothing has happened. After confirming there are no errors, or after cleaning all errors, turn off the printer and proceed with the remaining steps. All right, this is just putting on the panel. Yeah, so essentially, it's just installing the panel and then PTFE tubes. And then what the? Some H2D machines have the original cable clip on the pillar. inside the chamber are way too low. It may interfere with the movement of the toolhead enhanced cooling fan. Where is that? It'll be on this side. Yeah, right here. So that's saying right here it could interfere. Yes, it can interfere, and it does interfere. So this right here, use a scraper or pry along the edge of the cable to remove it smoothly, taking care not to damage the pillar or the cables. Box 3, yep, there were these things. Red backed, yep. Put it at another height. Interesting. Interesting that it's glued. And like heavily. Like it's really, really glued. Can I get to it from this side? All right, we're going lower a little bit. Toolhead camera, maybe a plug inside the toolhead, or maybe several plugs coming from Gantry. I don't know. This whole thing was together, you know what I mean? So it's got to be these two yellow plugs. I'll have to take off that cover and see if I just forgot something somewhere, which is obviously super possible. Okay, nice. We got through that glue. Let's get a little bit more and pop that off of there. Okay, let's clean up some of that adhesive that's left behind. Okay. So yeah, you definitely need a razor blade to take that off. All right, so in this little baggie, there's some red backed tape clips, and we're just gonna put it higher, huh? Okay, no problem. Let's see. So this just kind of stays here. Yeah, so they just get another clip. Right here. Okay. Put that in there. And now this should not interfere. Perfect. Okay, that's cool. Nice and easy there. Let's see what else it says. For more detailed instructions, refer to the dedicated document, enhanced toolhead cool fan installation. Yep, we did that. PTFE tubes, put that in. I can't do that part. All right, so essentially, let's pop out the top there and check the cables. So we're gonna turn this thing off and unplug it, and let's pop off this cover again. And see if I missed some cable for the tool head. Luckily, all this comes off so easily. All right, so let's see. These two cables go here, and one comes out right here, this little tiny cable. It's plugged in. And then a red power cable and a ground wire. This is obviously power, 24 volt, I'm guessing. So that's fine. Looks like this is CAN bus. And the only other one is a USB-C. Now, the USB-C is obviously not typically sided. It typically does not matter what side it's on. But, hey, just for science, I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to flip it over and plug it in the other way. For what it's worth, the label is the other way. I can see, like, there's a letter A on the USB-C cable in this direction. Like I said, I doubt this actually matters, unless they're crazy and made a single-sided USB-C cable. Which, you know, like I said, maybe it's possible. That would be insane. But it's bamboo. What do you know? Otherwise, this is plugged in, and that's plugged in, and this thing's plugged in. About everything on this board. Yeah. Everything on this board is plugged in. I don't see any wiring whatsoever down there. All right, let's put this back on. All right, clicky clicky, also clicky clicky, and that's on there. Let's put this back on. Shine a light. All right. Okay. Let's see if that made any kind of difference. I guess as per instructions, let's throw the PTFE tubes on there, right? Where are those instructions? Right here. So the darker one goes on the right. Lighter one goes on the left. Then they kind of go opposite. This one goes down to the bottom. Does it go to the top one? Yeah, right. It goes. Left one goes on the bottom. Unless, of course, you're printing PPSCF, then you want to pop it off from you want to pop it off from here and rotate it. All right, pop it into the buffer. That's one. And this one goes to the lower one. Oh no. Looks like the left side does go on the bottom. Huh. Okay. Let's keep this going. And in. All right, we got that done. Raid. Sorry, guys, I was in the zone over there. Harold, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, everybody. Hey, K2, what's happening? Was there something you need to do with serial number? Yes, that was the first thing you needed to do was take the serial number from that board, send them. There's a form you fill out, and then they send you an email saying, "Hey, we did it for you." So they unactivate your old one and activate the new one onto your account. Hey, Retro 3D, what's up, man? Long time no see, dude. How are you? Didn't you have an extra cable in the bag earlier? I did have an extra cable in the bag. But there's, I'm following instructions. I haven't gotten to here. There's nothing about this cable anywhere. We can go back some, but I don't think I've seen that so far. And we did this part. You know, I can't put the bed on there, but I can't assemble the rest. Yeah, let's take this apart. Hey, Clown Hammer. Man or Mutant, what's going on? Hybrid. Let's see who else we got. Jim, what's up? What's up? Hey, Goric. Hope all is well with you as well. Vice needs to be kicked from kick. Hey, Harold, how you doing? So for those just jumping in, we are in the end of the process of converting our H2D to an H2C. And we've run into some interesting things. I would say the overall conversion so far has been relatively straightforward. I don't know what these little issues are, but we're figuring them out. I have a lot of tools in front of me. What was in box 2? We never figured that out because it hasn't been mentioned yet. I wonder if it's just more hot ends. It is. So box 2 is just 3 more hot ends. We got a 0.6. Are they all 0.6s? Well, let's just take it out. Need more horse milk? What are you planning to do with the H2C? All kinds of stuff. I just can't wait to print with no waste. Alright, so we have a 0.6 nozzle, 0.4 nozzle, 0.2 nozzle. And then 3 more 4s. So we have a pretty good selection of hot ends with this. So that's very nice. There is 2 more boxes. I'm going to go check out what they are. Oh, one of them is the face. I didn't do it. I don't want to do it. I want to keep the H2D face on there. So let's unbox. There's also this random small PTFE tube I haven't seen what that's for. There's also this one. Okay, interesting. There is a splitter. I'm guessing this is for when you run. So this is gonna go. Oh, that's what this is for. This is how you add all your CFS units, or not CFS, AMS units to the machine. Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what else is in here? Some kind of little rubber pieces. Not sure what that's for. It almost looks like something where a nozzle sits in or something. I don't know. We'll learn about that as time goes on. Why does Bamboo send multiple different nozzle sizes? That's how they basically with this kit they allow you to mix nozzle sizes in the slicer and in the process of printing. So they're kind of just showing off. Only managed to throw one of the turnings off on the lathe. Nice. Only one. Nice. That's cool. I would rather have all the same nozzles. I mean, nothing's stopping you from buying a couple more. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. That's something the U1 can't do yet, from my understanding. Different nozzles, same print. Right. What a mix. I've never used the 0.2 on purpose. Yeah, me neither. Anything else in here? No. So, yeah, this is just an ornament at this point, but let's unbox it. Maybe there's more in here. Wow. Cool. Oh, this is for the stock gantry, I bet. To zip tie the stock gantry. But we already zip tied it. Yep, so this is the H2C front end. I should not have to buy more nozzles just to get all the same. That's just insane to me. I don't know. I've kind of always seemed I've always seen them have the mix of nozzles, so it's not a surprise to me. I honestly never even considered it. I just kind of like assumed that I was getting what I've seen online, which was the 02 and 06. But yeah, they give you 1, 2, 3, 4. They give you 4.4 millimeter nozzles, and then they don't even give you the hot end. You're supposed to use your hot end from the H2D. All 6 of my Vorttec slots have 0.4 nozzles in them. Huh. Did you buy... You didn't do the kit, right? You bought your H2C? I wonder if there's a difference there. Huh. All right, so... what have we learned? Right, let's check to see if that same error comes back up on the tool head. And if it does, we'll go through the troubleshooter and see if it takes us somewhere of value to check. Also, probably worth doing the firmware update. All right, let's kick this back on. All right. I guess I can turn the brightness down on the camera now. That'll be this one. Image. There you go, just a little bit. A new firmware update has been detected. Would you like to go to the update page? Maybe I should just do it. What do you guys think? Should I do the firmware update just to be on the latest? I think I'm going to do it. Update it. Because, you know, the instructions tell me to put the panel back on. Which I can do. They're pretty easy to take off if I need to, I guess. Does the manual say to? No, it doesn't. It'll probably bug you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do it. Push the button. Alright, we're doing it. Confirm. Update. Oh, for what it's worth, now we only have the heat bed temperature thing there. So something must have been loose in that corner. Interesting. I mean, that's good. And then as far as this goes, if I click this and I hit left, does it actuate? Oh, it does. Okay, that's cool. Now we can put this in there. Okay. There we go. And now we have both these things on. I don't even know how to put these hot ends on the rack yet. I literally have no idea. Do they just pop on there. I have no clue. I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're held. We'll find that out as it goes. All right, so with that said, I'm more confident to do the panel because now I don't have any issues. So let's throw the panel on there. And I wonder what this little plug was for because it didn't give us an error. Sorry guys, my mic is probably being pressed right now by the thing. That in. Then pull back. Rest it down below. Okay. I definitely don't want that showing. There you go. All right, all wires hidden. Wrap this back around how it was. Neat. And oh, okay, that, by the way, that little plug on the side panel, which I thought was some sensor, is a light. It says Bamboo Lab. There's a glowing logo. Cool. All right, panel is on, and how does it get attached? BT 3x8. 3x8 is the self-tappers, aren't they? Yeah, I believe so. Pry open the door seal. All right. All right, let's get these driven in here real quick. Yep, that's correct. I can't see. I can't see that. There we go. All right. Okay, and then what are we doing in the front? ST 3.3. Do I remember what that is? I think it's these two little guys. Famous last words. After updated the text, you mess with it, and it'll break your printer. If it does, we saw it live. That's right. All right, where were the flaps? Here's one. Where are my tweezers at? They're not in their normal spot. Oh, they're back here. There's a moth in the house. Hey, I've had bats. Moth ain't nothing. All right, there's one. All right. So panel is on for show. Just to check back, no errors. This thing's cool. It's on the right side. Let's go back to firmware update. Do not turn off the power. Do not put your hand into the chamber. Keep the heat bed clear. All right, we're on, baby. I don't think there's anything further that I need tools for. Although there's so many more. There's so many more tools and so much more hardware that's not been spoken for quite yet. I'm not sure. Not sure how to take that. Now, just thinking about it, what don't I have? I don't have the motherboard, but that has existing hardware. Oh, I don't have the entire back panel on. The back panel has a lot of screws. Okay, so that takes care of that. I still have a random assortment of wiring. What else do I have? But this, no, I was gonna say it could be for a different model, but no, it can't. I don't know what this is for. I have the hot ends to put on. Here, the Hodo. Hodo can be put away for now. I don't think we'll be needing its services today, since I can't get the other thing. And I'm not even sure. I don't have a tracking number either, so I'm not even sure when I will get the new stuff. I am not sure. All right, we got some fans going on. Also, there is still some hardware for the plastic bin that goes in the back and the poop chute. All right, so that explains quite a bit of hardware then. All right, we'll put this box here. Put this box here. All that so I can lift my table up and have a seat finally, so that my back stops yelling at me. Oh yeah, all right, we're comfortable now. I do not want to ever mess with a commercial printer again. If it breaks, it is trash. Yeah. The kit might have the part for H2S. So the H2S to H2C has way more parts, like in the kit itself. Like the SKUs are quite a bit more. I'm not sure. Figure it out when you get the new board. I'm sure. Yeah, right. Tool changer moved? Oh, it did? I haven't been looking. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's funny. Yeah, there's gonna be some heavy machinery being moved tomorrow. The Magneto is transferring homes, and I will miss it dearly. So we're 40%. By the way, guys, looks like we have about 17 minutes left before the giveaway. There's 60 entries in. So get into those pinned links at the top of the chats and get in to this. Let's get into this discussion a little bit. And yeah, so I can give away some filament. Actually, fun fact, this is the 120th giveaway of filament that I've done. And a lot of those have been multiple filaments as well. So we've given away literally hundreds of spools of filament through live streams. I've just been eating extra, bulking. That too. doing something. It's doing something. It's at 16% updating. Man, it does look gorgeous. So our bed is now 330 by 320 by 325. So it's still fairly large, but we lose, what, 20 on the side, so it's not 350 anymore. Not a big deal, to be honest. You couldn't use the full 350 anyway. So, all right, let's see what this says. We did all this. We put that on there. Let's just say we did this because we can. A lot of screws. Install that. Calibration. All right. So, okay. So we are here. It's telling us to update. We're going to update. And then we're going to initialize the induction hot end rack. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so the closest one this way is 1. After initialization, you can insert the remaining induction hot ends from number 1 and number 2 of the Vorttec upgrade kit. Take out the remaining H2C induction hot ends and install them into the hot end rack. How do they get installed? Oh, on the side. So they get held on. Like, oh yeah, this thing's moving. They get held on like this. Are they going from the top or what? Nope. Nope. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Figure it out later. So these, it goes this, yeah, so this way. All right, we got lights out. All right, after completing all the steps above, the upgrade from H2D to H2C is finished. We recommend the following H2C periodic maintenance guide to perform comprehensive maintenance on the printer. Key maintenance areas: lubricating X, Y, and Z axis, and cleaning and lubrication of the induction hot end rack to ensure smooth movement of all mechanical components. After maintenance, perform full calibration of the printer. Sure. For detailed instructions, installation of the heat bed, tool head, X-axis assembly, the AP board, please refer to the Upgrade Full Procedure Part A. We hope this guide has provided clear and practical support. Yeah, I mean, this was a breeze. The instructions are great. All the instructions are giant pictures. I still have some questions, but it's nothing crazy. A done check screen. Oh, thank you. Firmware has been updated to version 01.01.05.00. Okay, we got 2 again. The induction hot end rack has not been set up. Please follow the instructions. Okay, go to calibration. There we go. Start. Install the toolhead hot end. Yeah, we did that. Is it gonna want me to? Oh, here. Hit the right side. Okay. Now let's go back. Start. This is saying 2. Take this out. Install the toolhead. Bam. And close this. There we go. All right. Next. Ensure the induction rack is empty. Yep, it is empty, only because I don't know how to put them in there. Let's start. Starting the task. Homing toolhead. Uh-oh. Is the bed... Well, yeah, everything is plugged in except for the heating portion of the bed. Heat bed temperature malfunction. Ah, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to continue. Unfortunately. I wonder how far this part's going to go. So the bed did move up and down. Yeah, so we have a warning. I'm going to cancel... yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to get through here, which kind of sucks. Hit resume, see how it behaves. Maybe it'll just be like, oh, we don't need to heat the bed, no problem. No. Yeah, heat bed temperature malfunction. It goes up a little higher every time, the bed. Oh, it got much closer this time. Oh, yeah. It's actually moving. Oh, what's about to happen? I'm scared. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. At home just fine. Still going. Up there it goes. Let's just hit resume. Let's see. Will it go further? It did. We made it through there. Oh, nope. Still temperature malfunction. It's all right. We're making progress. It's beeping. It's not enjoying it. But if I keep hitting resume, I might be able to get through. That does mean the sensors are working. Everything seems to be functioning. The temperature is the temperature. Nothing I can do about that. Wonder if we can kind of trick it and get through. This might be a free testing opportunity for Bamboo as well. So just cleaning the tool head. Oh, those loud noises there. Lots of fans everywhere. Task is in progress. It's cooling the heat bed, which it thinks it's on. I think we might have made it through there. Yeah, it's got the fans on to cool the bed. Yep, temperature malfunction. I'm just gonna continue hitting resume. Basically, every time it tries to read a temperature, it's throwing an error because, well, it can't. You check a cold plate on there and print? I don't know. Right now, I just got to get through this. It's trying to get through cooling heat bed, and obviously it's running into temperature checks. Maybe we'll get by. Nah, it looks like we're gonna be stuck here. Yeah, every time the toolhead moves out of there, it throws this problem. And that's right before calibrating camera offset, calibrate HUD and rack position. All right, so we won't be able to. That's okay. At least we know everything else is functioning. Hot end pick and place test. All right, we'll stop it. Stop task. Task was canceled. Yep, okay. Foreign object detection is not working. The live view camera needs calibration. Oh, okay, cool. All right, we have another day, another print. We have an H2C, which is pretty cool. Oh, there's a little camera. Oops. There's a little camera slider thing. Camera cover. And I dropped it. And I dropped it onto the lead screw that's really greasy. Cool. All right, let's see. How was that on there? A little magnetic cover. All right. Cool. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited. So we're just literally waiting on a part from Bamboo. Broke it already? H2DC. That's right. I could have used that like in the thumbnail and all kinds of stuff. That's right. Cool. I'm really excited about it. I did notice that this light hasn't worked. Did you guys notice? I'm not sure. Maybe could it possibly get its power through the heater? I doubt it. And it is plugged in. But maybe it only lights up when it's printing? I doubt it. If you guys have an H2C, is this always on? From what I remember, it was always on. But then again, that LED isn't on either. That bar right there. Status indicator. No, it's probably status indicator. Yep, and AMSs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an AMS, or the original AMS with Tetris. That's coming from the X1 Carbon and the AMS2. So both of those will be kind of mixed for this machine. So that should be 8 filament. And I do have one more AMS, but that one will probably stay with the X1 Carbon. My light bar is always on. He shows what side hot ends he use. Huh. Is the other end plugged in? I mean, there is no other end. Ow, I just got shocked, by the way. Something just shocked me. Ow! Just happened again. Not grounded, I guess. Maybe reboot. Maybe. Back here. Yeah, I mean, everything is definitely plugged in. Yeah, the only things that aren't plugged in, can you guys see this on the side back here? It is the ground wire and then the 3 physical plugs for the bed. That's the only thing that's not plugged in. Everything else is back where it's supposed to be. Let me just double check. Maybe there's some rogue wire somewhere. No, I don't think so. It could be that something's not plugged in all the way. That's very possible. But nah. Nope. And let's see, that's a skinny wire. It goes into where? Aha, that's this wire. Here, let me see. No, it's plugged in. Yeah, no other place that can be plugged in, so it's got to be there. Nope, that's all plugged in. Not sure. Something we'll have to troubleshoot. What is up with Kick users today? Just spamming me nonstop. I mentioned before I was torn doing this, but my H2D has 2 AMS2s and 1 AMS and HT hooked to it. Yeah, I mean, it could handle all that from what I understand. It could need one of the wires to complete the connect. Yeah, it could. Yeah. Might share ground, yeah. Share ground, yeah. Yeah, could be why I got shocked twice, yep. Put your tongue on it. Such a lovely looking machine, isn't it? And this is definitely going to make things even better looking. I mean, it does. It looks stunning in there. So yeah, just a bit unfortunate that I don't have that board installed. Again? Alright, hold on. Let me kick Topol over here. Also, it's about to be... We got 1 minute left in the giveaway, guys. Topol... Ban. See ya, buddy. Vice. Ban. See ya, pal. Anyway. How much left in the giveaway? None. It's over. It's over. What is the voltage on the light bar? I'm not sure. Should you be getting noticeable shocks from that? I have no idea, but I got shocked twice in a row. All right, let's do this. Let's go to the giveaway. Let's see. We got 66 entries in there. Guys, let's read some of the entries. Let's see. Let's go to the giveaway. Entries. Can I see them? All right, so the question was, let's see. The question was, are you at all worried that the regulations that are moving through the judicial system in the US right now, are you worried about those regulations? And where'd it go? What's going on here? Or do you think it's going to blow over? Let us know. All right. To cancel. I went completely the wrong direction over here. All right, here we go. Here we go. So we got nope. We got nope. Okay. We have just a straight up yes. Wow. Then someone wrote kinda. I didn't think this is the type of answers we were going to get. I think people need to remember what America is all about and stop stepping on our rights and freedom. I agree. It will blow over. It is the usual liberal communist nanny states of California, Washington, New Mexico, and the likes. But it can keep trickling. That's the crazy part. I'm not sure what will happen, but it worries me. Yep, that's... Yeah. Nope, we'll be fine. I think most of it will be seriously challenged in court. It should be fine. It won't pass through the courts, as it should all be freedom of speech. Not worried. Want to know what exactly they hope to stop at the metrics they're using to base this off of, besides invasion of privacy. Well, ghost guns, scary. That's what they're going off of. Yes, because justice is blind, but many judges are blind, deaf, and dumb. This could lead to many getting through and becoming a law. Yes, weeks ago, Minnie said it is not possible, but now it is here. I am worried about it. I don't care to print any of that, but it's none of their business what I print. That's right. Yes, I am worried. I wish I could say no, but look at some of the other dumb laws passing around the country, right? Yes, I'm concerned. These laws are technically unworkable and criminalize makers, but they face strong legal and practical challenges. Very smart answer, actually. 100% government will take as much control as they can. Main reason I switched my bamboos to land-only mode. Yes. I don't like it at all. Block over, I hope. Blow over, blow over, I hope, so I don't count on it. I think there are politicians that have good intentions but lack the knowledge about 3D printing and how things work. Either that or there's money backing them to put legislation out there. I think they're just trying to get their credentials up to be reelected. This is a topic we should do a stream on, but you should invite a few other 3D printing personalities and have a big old discussion about it. I think it's a way for the system to keep human freedom down based on fear. When bad people want to do bad things, the tools don't matter. They just move to the next thing. These laws will be worthless in time. Yeah, great idea. Yeah. Yes, I am worried about the regulations. I feel it's wrong. The government is trying to regulate what we can and can't do with our 3D printers. I'm worried, but I have hope it blows over. Worried? No, not really, but definitely keeping an eye on it. Nice. I am. It is old, out-of-touch politicians that know nothing about this industry. They only care about lining their pockets, and this is affecting their stocks. That's true. All right, I'm not gonna read 2 more pages. Let's go ahead and pick the winner. So we'll go to winners. I'm gonna go to draw winner. 1. Allow repeat. Draw. All right, we got ourselves a winner. Your answer was not worried. That might be because you are from America's Hat, Canada. I now allow announce winners in widget. Bam. Congratulations to Dennis M. Dennis, first of all, congratulations. And are you in the chat? Heck, is that you? Hey, Dennis. Congratulations. Can you let me know the 2... Okay, let's do this. 3 of the last letters in your email before the @ symbol. As a confirmation. That's wrong. So there must be another Dennis M. It's not .com. Unless you used a different email. So think about the email that you used to win. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it is LES. Second time, right? Well, congratulations for your winning here from Polymaker. Dennis, congrats, man. Here's what you need to do, okay? Let me know in the chat once I'm done here. So you need to email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. And my email, the name is spelled F-E-D-O-R. All right, so F-E-D-O-R at 3dprintsos.com. Shoot me an email with today's date saying that you won the giveaway. And I'm going to go ahead and reply, if not tomorrow, then the next day, with a code that you need to enter into Polymaker's form That code will give you a free filament inside the form, and then you can use it to however you want. You can add more, you can buy stuff. It's on sale. You can buy multiple filaments with that. So make sure you let me know that you got it. It's FEDOR at 3dprintsos.com. How's that sound, Mr. Dennis? Can you check now? Sure. I haven't gotten it yet. Let me check my spam, because that does happen sometimes. No spam. FED. Oh, there you go. Yep, gotcha. All right, we got it. Awesome. Well, that was easy. Congrats. How would you like to be addressed on stream? What do you mean? Mr. 3D Print SOS. Cool. All right, everybody. I guess. Well, here you go. Why don't you guys let me know? What do you think? Do you guys think I should do another live stream when the part gets here? Or just put it together and use the machine, make some shorts, and do a review. What do you guys think? Would you want to see this thing again? Go through the calibrations, figure out how to use it, because I don't know how to even put these hot ends on there. Let me know what you guys think. Yes, this is going to happen. It's going to come up fast. Had a quick question. I might have missed it because I asked earlier, but I had to step out. I just got a U1. What would be the first thing you would do to your U1 printer mod? I would try to get a top for it because I think even printing PETG would be better with a lid. I know BQ makes one. Hopefully I'm going to get one for review. I did just get their CMYK filament, so to try that that one third-party firmware software rather that does they can print any color. I think that's phenomenal. If you have an Anycubic Ace Pro, the mod that I recently did and made a tutorial on is awesome. I'm definitely enjoying mine in that configuration. But here's the thing, the machine's great. You don't really need to do anything. So to be honest, I would just kind of print with it. Yes, 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 do a stream. Yes, another live stream. Yes, another live stream. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I guess you guys need to see it. All right. Okay. That's why. That's the real reason. Full Spectrum, that's the name. Yeah. So I got BQ's CMYK filament specifically for this. So I'll definitely give it a shot and check it out. I just have to do I have to update my firmware on it, and I was thinking about making a tutorial on how to do it. For those people that want to have the Ace and packs. So, all right, everybody. I think since we did the filament, this thing's kind of at a standstill. I'm gonna call it. I'm super excited that this all came together as easy as it did. I don't think this kit. I think this kit sounds intimidating, but it's not. We do have some questionables like this and some of the other things, but I have a feeling that that'll all fix itself in time. Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. I do wonder what the extra parts are. Let me see if I keep going back, if I'll see something about the extra wires. No, see, because this is all disconnecting. Yeah, like I still have to put this thing in. This gray thing. Yeah, I don't know what those wires are for. Huh, alright. You touch the bottom of the bed one more time, let's see. Ah, nope, nope, not getting shocked anymore. See, that I was willing to do it for you guys. Alright, hold on. Let's go on Twitch here and see if there's somebody we can jump to. We got Stephen Poole. So both Stephen Poole's stream and MakerDeck stream is basically 3D printers doing their thing, printing. I mean, nothing wrong with that, mind you. All right, let's just head over to MakerDeck, I think. Oh, look at that. Steven's in here. I'm not here. MakerDeck. You're not here. You are here, look. That's funny. Alright, we'll jump over to MakerDeck. So, let's go back to mine. And then let's do Raid MakerDeck. Oops. Wait, what? This channel has follower subscriber only chat? Oh, rare. Okay. Alright, we're going. Let's roll, everybody. What is your Twitch? 3D Print SOS. JC. When you went and flip that USB cable, there's a direction to make sure that the A faces outward. I did that. Wait. My joke was true? They have a one-sided USB-C cable? Wild. That's wild. Anyway, let's do the raid. Let's go. Raids are fun. All right. Well, that's that. All right, guys, this was a really fun stream. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for Polymaker for giving away some filament as always. Thank you for Bamboo Lab for sending me this whole thing. And hopefully we'll get the rest of the parts in so we can finish this build. Pleasantly surprised by the build. Very straightforward. Great instructions. Yeah, and it's a really complicated build that was made kind of straightforward. I thought this was going to take way more. Like, we would have been done already in two streams. That's roughly what, 6-ish hours? That's not so bad. Cool. All right, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your support as always. Guys, check out 3dprintsos.com for some cool merch. You can grab one of these Fetter's 3D printed spaghetti shirts if you guys want to support and get something in return. Guys, if you want to buy one of these kits, please use my affiliate link down below. It'll help the channel tremendously. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the comments. Later.